the mask out, and nobody's saying anything about it. But we're going to call them out. Some of these preachers and pastors, they've been talking about how Jesus heals the sick. Jesus can do this, Jesus can do that. But they won't stand up for what's right. And there's a problem with that. And they have to be called on the carpet and asked, what's the problem? Why is it that you tell me Jesus can heal, but you're wearing a mask? They say, well, we want to do it because we don't want to offend anyone else. Well, one day, somebody's going to come and tell you, take this little mark. If you don't take this little mark, you won't be able to buy or sell. Are you going to offend them or not? Well, some of them, they don't read their Bible, say that they don't even care. They're going to say, we're not to offend anyone. But you know what we have to do? We have to offend some. The Bible says that the word offends. And it says, there shall not be many teachers, because we shall receive the greater condemnation. You know why? Because in most things, we're going to offend everybody. Everybody's going to get offended. Now, I said that because I'm about to say some offensive words. Some people might not like it. This has been happening a long time. We've been talking about this a long time. We went around and we tried to help pastors out, and pastors let us know they don't want that kind of help. We told pastors way back in 2006, 2007, if you vote for Barack Obama, you're not representing Jesus Christ. You know what they did? They were mad. They said, I don't care what the Bible says, I'm voting for him because he's black. That's what we heard. And I heard it all around the United States. We traveled the United States to help pastors out. They said, we don't want that help. But we also saw those same pastors going through so many troubles because they carry the name of God, but they're hirelings and they don't know what to do. So now we come up to a day where pastors have been talking smack about President Donald Trump. President Donald Trump has done more for the faith community than I know in my lifetime any president has done. But you have so many in the faith community who are going against the very things that's making it better for them. What's wrong? Well, I'll tell you what's wrong. It's because they're deceived and they don't know what to do. And so now we have all of the coronavirus come up and they're shutting down their places. And then we have this Black Lives Matter thing. I'm going to speak on it. I'm going to be finished. Just want to educate somebody here.
Educate. Come on.
Back in 2013, the Black Lives Matter organization jumped off. Now at that time, I'm an educator, literally. We have a Christian academy. This is our 31st year in Christian education from preschool through 12th grade. And we educate our children. So if you'll remember, back in 2012, there was a big case called the Trayvon Martin case, where the young man was shot and killed by another man named George Zimmerman. At that time, there was a lot of noise going on. I took all of the children, I had an assembly, and I asked the children what happened. And the children started talking. I always like to take moments to help children out to see how to behave in these times. Right. The children began to talk on how wrong it was. Nobody should suffer like that. It was a racism thing, and this and that and that and this. And I heard them. About 96% of the children were very upset. And I asked them, why are you so upset about it? How do you even know about it? Well, my parents told me. We saw it on the news. So I said, okay, so you don't know what happened. You heard somebody else say it, and now you're going to go with what they say, and you're just going to be sheeple and follow. So I had the case sent from Sanford, Florida, and I had my children. I had the students at the school, high school and middle school. I let them be the prosecuting, defending attorney, and I said God will be the judge, and we'll have witnesses, we'll have a jury, and they read the case. And do you know what happened? These were children now. I stepped out of it. I didn't have anything to do with it. They said, you know what? Trayvon Martin was actually guilty of a crime. And he was executed for being guilty of a crime. But they didn't blame George Zimmerman for executing him. They said, God let him die. Now, I'll tell you why my children said this, because we live in the hood. We work in the hood. Our ministry is in the hood. The hood is only the place where the neighbors moved out. We came back so that we can turn it back into a neighborhood. We're real neighbors. But we live in the hood. We hear shootings every night. It's nothing new to us. And we're out there. We're boots on the ground. We're working with people every day. So the children know better. We've seen people get shot in the head and they still live. How can this young man get shot and die? There's a purpose. God allows things to happen.
Yes, he
Why
does.
does he allow it to happen? These are questions we should be asking.
Right.
So when the children got finished with the case and they said that, I wrote a little book called I Used to Be a Trayvon Martin. And I don't want to go into a lot of it, but I told my personal testimony. I grew up right here in the 80s in Little Rock in a little place called the East End. It was pretty bad here.
turn this
Some
off
of
right
you
there.
may know about it.
Yeah.
And